What is up? Ian Koniak here, and today I'm going to share how to get inspired. I got to share a quick story with you guys in that I've been back at Salesforce for 3 weeks, and I was on paternity leave for 12 weeks. And when I came back, it was really hard to get motivated. Typically, salespeople are motivated by money and recognition. And the past few years, I've made a ton of money. I actually finished #1 a few years back ago and then followed it by top 5. So I bought the dream house. I got everything I need. Money's really not a motivator as much for me anymore as it used to. And that comes if you have a lot of financial success. Recognition, got a lot of recognition, got to give some keynotes and trainings at Salesforce. Again, I don't necessarily need that to want to perform. So when I got back, it was really tough for me to try and find the motivation to close out this year strong. We have exactly 12 weeks left in the year. I was coming off 12 weeks paternity leave and really enjoying time with my family and, bonding, and to come back right in the storm of Q4 with 2 RFPs, with Dreamforce coming up, with all of the madness and pressure that comes with, the end of the year was mentally tough. In the past few weeks, I was really trying to find my reason. I couldn't come up with anything until I started reflecting, talking to some mentors, and I found something that really inspires me. And in order to get inspired, you need to first find your why, not someone else's why. If my why is I don't care if I am over plan or not, that doesn't make a difference. That's not going to fire me up. The plan itself, quota attainment, doesn't fire me up. The money didn't fire me up. So what was it that fired me up? For me, it was actually the mental toughness that this requires. I was going from a place where I was completely disconnected to needing to be all in. And at the same time, having to just turn it on when, I'm thinking about other values for me. So for me, the mental toughness, I do coaching, I do mentoring, I do speaking. And if I can't be in the shoes of the people that I lead and coach, how can I give them advice? So I always tell people, do the tough things. Well, it was really hard for me to come back to work and give it my all mentally based on being checked out, for so long from paternity leave. So for me, my why is truly having to show up even though you don't necessarily feel like it. The growth of practicing what I preach and truly giving my best. I can't tell someone else to do that if I wasn't willing to do it. I felt like a hypocrite. So me leading by example and truly rolling up my sleeves and doing the tough work, even though my family there, is there and needs me. That's the first reason. The second reason is I have a lot of other stuff going on in my business, right? I have, a small side business of coaching. I also have my, I do recovery. I've been sober for 9 months. That's very important to me. I have my family and a newborn. I got a lot going on. So I don't have 70, 60, even 50 hours a week to devote, right? I have a lot less time. So part of what I teach is focus on what matters. So now it's truly an opportunity for me to truly stay extremely focused on the core activities that are going to move the needle and say no to everything else. So I am a student of what I'm teaching in full form right now. And that for me is damn inspiring. So that's my why is how can I lead if I haven't truly done it in the hardest way possible myself, which is trying to crush the number with only 9 months in the year instead of 12, and amidst all the madness that's going on around us in multiple commitments that are equally important to me in limited time. So that's the challenge that I'm embracing. The second thing that you need to do is you need to write out your plan. You need to have your plan. All of the goals of the plan, that should be measurable and specific. Your goals should also be a stretch, make you feel uncomfortable. The goals, you all should have some accountability, right? So my goal is to sell $1 million in the next 12 weeks. And that's ambitious because I've been out of the game for 12 weeks. So I have to accelerate some of these deals, right? So how am I going to do it? What are the tactics that I'm going to use to sell $1 million in 12 weeks? And that'll get me over my number. It's really simple. It's having tough conversations. It makes making sure my time is spent with customers and not in the internal meetings that I don't need to be at. It's making sure I understand the why now, and why Salesforce for every one of my accounts. And if I don't, then I get on the phone and have the tough conversations to really see if a deal's really there, right? So the plan also is 12 weeks. That's all we have left. So I'm writing down, what do I want to accomplish by the end of each week? For those of you who struggle with planning, pick up the book, The 12-Week Year, How to Get More Done in 12 Weeks Than Others Do in a Year. It's super inspiring. It shows you how to put together a 12-week plan. And ironically, 12 weeks is exactly how much we have less in our fiscal year at Salesforce. It ends in January, okay? And then the last thing, which I'm most excited about, is execute the plan. Execute the plan. If you know why you're doing it and you got a plan that's attainable and you're executing, that's all you can do. Don't feel bad about the outcome. Feel bad about the effort if you're going to give yourself a hard time. So the best you can do is put the effort in to get the right plan and then focus on the daily execution. If you miss just one day, it can make a huge difference, especially if you only have 12 weeks. So how you show up every day matters. Doing the difficult things, even though you don't feel like doing it, leaning into what's comfortable, that is what's going to make you shine and crush your goals. Get inspired, get fired up. The reason winners win is because they want it more than other people. You got to want it. That is the number one ingredient to success, is being willing to do whatever it takes because you want it that bad. I'm Ian Koniak. Hope you guys have a great week.